Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are tuning in. Thank you so much for joining me today for this very brief introduction to an online meditation program that I'm going to be offering in the new year in 2025. And as you see here on the slide, the name of the upcoming course that I'm referring to is called Mindful Communication, Communicating with Clarity, Kindness, and Compassion. And this is a 12-week immersive online mindfulness program. It runs from January 5th to March 23rd, 2025. So it's a 12-week program. And you might notice in the title here, I put a 12-week immersive online mindfulness program. So most of the programs that I offer, I put meditation in the frame of the title there. But here I'm offering it as a mindfulness program, really hinting at the fact that we will be exploring mindfulness, relational mindfulness, being mindful in the ways that we communicate and the habit patterns that we communicate with that may not serve us very well, and we start to step outside of those habit patterns, and at the same time developing new and more skillful ways of communicating. And when I mention skillful, that is referring to a type of communication that more easily leads to a flourishing and happy life. Unskillful communication are those habit patterns that we may unconsciously be engaging in that lead us to more challenge, more struggle, more suffering, and so forth. So I'm just going to speak through the slides here as a way of introducing this course. So the foundations of skillful communication that we will be exploring over the 12-week course are the foundations of mindfulness, and how I'm defining mindfulness here and how we will be framing mindfulness throughout the course is a heartfelt, non-judgmental awareness of the present moment. And so that's really a wide lens, right? We bring that heartfelt, caring, non-judgmental awareness to the present moment, but we can also bring that to different aspects of the present moment. And in particular, we'll be bringing that frame to the aspect of communication. And not only speaking communication, but also our nonverbal communication as well. And we'll be really focusing on our intentions that we might be carrying with us into particular conversations and how those intentions can guide our conversations. And we will be using a type of attention to focus on what matters, what are the needs that are being spoken to in any given conversation. So some helpful intentions for conversations that we will be exploring in the 12-week course are the intentions of kindness, of patience, of being collaborative and open to exchange. The intention of setting boundaries, also very, very helpful to be able to set an intention to set a boundary in a particular conversation. That can be really fruitful. We'll be looking at the intention to be honest in a caring and respectful way, right? The intention to connect, which is very different than the intention to get a point across, right? Or the intention of setting boundaries, right? This might be a very different way of communicating. Also very different to the intention to persuade. Right? If I have the intention to persuade someone of a particular point of view that I might be holding on to, that conversation is going to go a lot differently than if I have the intention to be patient or kind or to connect. And lastly, on the slide, there is the intention to understand. And that's really well, it's very greatly facilitated by showing up with curiosity and care. And the reason why that's in italics there on the last bullet there on the slide is that that's really the intention we're going to be exploring most throughout the 12-week course, the intention to understand. Because all communication rests on our ability to understand each other, right? Communication, whether it's verbal or nonverbal, is all about sending and receiving messages, right? So, yeah, the intention or carrying that intention, cultivating that intention to understand can be extremely helpful when it comes to cultivating a type of skillful communication. So some of the tools we will be holding with us and exploring throughout the 12 weeks are meditations coming from the Theravada Buddhist tradition. Also, meditations coming from the Mahayana Buddhist tradition. I've trained quite deeply in both. We'll be looking at nonviolent communication, and in particular, the way that one of my teachers, Oren J. Sofer, offers mindful communication or nonviolent communication. We'll be looking quite deeply at that. I'll be drawing extensively on my training as a clinical trauma professional. So I'll be looking at some psychology, and in particular, somatic psychology. We'll be looking at neuroplasticity and using different techniques that we can use to help us rewire the neural networks in our nervous system so that we are implicitly moving towards these practices of skillful communication. Everything that I offer is offered within a trauma-sensitive framework. As I just mentioned, I am a certified clinical trauma professional, and so I'll be offering everything within that context of working with nervous systems that may be carrying stress or trauma. And although I am drawing heavily on the Buddhist traditions, everything that I offer is secular-based and non-sectarian. So I'm not here trying to persuade anyone of any particular belief, or people who come to the courses with no belief system, also very welcome. I myself identify as agnostic, although I have benefited tremendously from the teachings of the Buddha. So that's the frame that I generally offer my programs within. So who benefits from a course like this? Really anyone who's interested in increasing their capacity for speaking skillfully. So you might have never meditated before, and that's fine. You don't have to have a background in mindfulness or meditation to get great benefit from this course. Although you may have an extensive background in mindfulness or meditation, you may be very experienced. And also, I think you would benefit greatly from a course like this one. If you're interested in developing a type of skillful speech that is really focusing on kindness and care and compassion. So I do want to make one thing clear here. The techniques we'll be exploring in this course, they're not designed to make us more persuasive. Right? We don't take courses in skillful and mindful communication to learn how to convince someone of our point of view. But it's really much more about releasing our point of view and learning to address our needs, and the needs of everyone else that we're speaking to in a skillful, kind, and compassionate way. So mindful communication, communicating with clarity, kindness, and compassion. This is a 12-week-long immersive online meditation program. It runs from January 5th to March 23rd, 2025. About a month from now, I think we launch. It's offered in two sections to cater to two different time zones. Section A meets on Sunday evenings in Thailand, 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Thai time. That equals 7:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. on Sunday mornings, East Coast time. So please do, calculate according to your time zone. Section B meets on Monday mornings in Thailand. Monday mornings from 7:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. That equals 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. on Sunday evenings, East Coast time. All of the sessions are offered live. I'm there at all of the sessions. We will be meeting just once a week for this course. So everything's live, nothing's pre-recorded. There will be a lot of teaming up, pairing up, because when we are learning new ways of communicating, we have to practice communicating. So we'll be pairing up with each other, practicing speaking with each other in these new and more skillful ways of communicating. So you can attend all of the sessions live. If you have to miss some of the sessions, that's fine. Everything's done over Zoom and will be recorded. The recordings are made available only to the retreat participants, right? As a way of holding our container of safety, our confidentiality, right? So the recordings are made available only to the people who sign up for the course. You will have a practice buddy, whether or not you come to the live sessions or not. And that'll be up to you and your practice partner, how often you meet throughout the course, when you meet, and things like that. For more information about the course and to go ahead and register, please do go to my website, www.suchsweetthunder.org, suchsweetthunder.org. Or if you feel like you want to go ahead and register, or if you have some more direct questions you'd like to ask me, you can email me at my email address. That's just my name, chrisluard@yahoo.com. So I think that's all I have to offer today. I hope you enjoyed this very brief talk and hope to see you out on the course. So enjoy. Have a great day. I'll ring the bell to close us out. Thank you.